If it sounds too good to be true,
When I saw their ad, I went, oh my gosh, this is like a prayer answered.
usually it is.
They were a total godsend.
Usually.
It's just been a miracle.
This all started with the Craigslist ad offering free help from tech support to manual labor. Peter Myers and Andrew Varnell, two CU grads looking for shovel-ready jobs.
We entered what everyone was calling a jobless economy, but there's plenty of work to be done.
These friends wanted to see if they could live solely off Craigslist for 40 days, accepting only food or donations for what they do.
If we can give people that help they desperately need in exchange for the things that they're laying around and food that's not being eaten and things that are not being used, that'd be a great way to live.
Along the way, they're documenting the experiment, like the day they transformed a garage for a woman who couldn't do it alone.
That was a lot of mouse poop. A lot of mouse poop.
The most interesting people, most interesting pet, most interesting
Not super
payment.
strange, but it's a giant stained glass chandelier that was smuggled across from Mexico.
For anyone who thinks it can't be done, this driveway is day 30.
Every day we show up to what looks like an insurmountable task, but as the day goes on, we always make progress and the piles get smaller and smaller.
It's a simple life, to be sure.
We have a house, that 4 guys live together in, and that makes rent really affordable.
What they found, though, helping others, is a way of life.
The purpose was to just, live a fulfilling day, and I didn't know that it would work, put it that way.
For the people who find their Craigslist post, it's more than just free help.
Once in a while, there are people who restore your faith in humanity.
Sometimes it's nice when too good to be true is just really good.
And we want to show people love and show people, we're willing to do the hard work,
In Denver,
Oh, here comes the rain.
Jacqueline Allen, 7 News.
Countless worlds, space and time carry us through the stars. Countless worlds, space and time carry us through the stars. Some part of our being knows where we came from. Some part of our being knows and we can't. Some part of our being knows where we came from. Some part of our being knows, and we can't. We long to return. We long to return. We long to return.
So a lot of you are probably wondering what this whole documentary is all about. So it's Andrew and I decided we want to live solely via Craigslist for 40 days. What that looks like is we started with pretty much 2 full tanks of gas, a little bit of food in the fridge, probably about 2 days worth of food, and $0 in our pockets. I put away my credit cards, put away my cash.
Credit cards and money for the project. That will be gone. Andrew's a bum and has no money, so there's nothing to worry about there.
5 days a week, we are going to freely volunteer our skills and strengths and whatever we have to offer to people, completely free, nothing expected, but letting them know we accept food or donations or whatever they can give. We can't ask for money. If someone offers money, we can accept it, but we can't give an amount.
kind of want to highlight just the idea of what we have around us in society and how we choose to use it, and how a much easier, stress-free life can be had by just living off the excess around us and what we have each day, and meeting people in the process and helping out. Biggest thing I'm hoping to take away is 40 days for myself, 40-day individual days where I can live in the moment and enjoy the moment and trust that, you know, the community around me and what is given to me around me will be enough, not only for me to sustain myself, but me to thrive in the community.
Next 40 days, I hope to meet a lot of people, become more outgoing, I guess, and courageous in meeting people. Show us the flaming mullet.
Trying to get a nice 3D effect going from the side here with a little depth, you know. We'll see. Mullet's been a tricky one to pull off in the past.
This is EM. She's one of the first people to get a hold of us. She read our ad, just really liked what we were doing, and it's something similar to what she does herself, just providing people in her community with what they need. And so she was able to find us a whole box full of good, healthy food.
I'm having some ethical, moral issues around the overabundance that we live in.
Yeah, we take our food.
That's a whole other conversation.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're trying to live off of.
Just so much overabundance. And then we came and there was so much food, we didn't know what to do at the end. I mean, there's just overabundance. And I think about people who live with nothing or are dying because they have nothing. There's this really difficult experience for me.
So here's all the food that wonderful, wonderful woman EM gave us. She gave us, we got tuna, we got chicken, we got dried green beans, we got V8 juice, which I've never liked before, but I'm gonna probably begin to like. This is Sheila. She was moving out of her house and she needed some help cleaning out her garage.
And it was great because I had no idea how I was going to start this project. Actually, I was pretty paralyzed because I made the decision to sell the house on a Friday evening, and then by Sunday I was like, oh my God, but I can't do this because I had big shoulder surgery.
She didn't have health insurance and had to borrow money from 3 friends to pay for the surgery, and was having to sell her house to pay back her surgery.
And my surgeon said, you're not allowed to pick up 5 pounds.
For how long did you?
Oh, for a long time. Certainly not now.
Right.
So I thought, oh, great. That's all I have to do for the next 2 months is tidy up this house and get rid of stuff. And I can't do it by myself. Can't do any of it.
Yes.
Please.
Masks and goggles.
Masks, goggles, whatever. And I've got gloves here by the door.
Oh, perfect.
We got in her garage, and that was a lot of mouse poop. A lot of mouse poop. Yeah, more than I'd ever seen in my life combined. It felt really good cleaning that room out. We had expanded a tiny little single-car garage out to fill out the driveway for 3 garages.
Recycle, resale,
All the things we
donate.
unloaded so far.
Definitely a lot of work. That was the first thing I think I noticed when we pulled up, is just how well packed that garage was and how long it was going to take to do that job well.
It already looks a hell of a lot better.
I think so.
It feels so manageable, and it's clean.
Right, yeah.
Because it was filthy. We won't go into that. Because in a way, you guys, you took your time. We had lunch, we had tea. Andrew had a smoke. And it was like, easy. It was more like a nice project than a, thing where people are on the clock and they've got to, split by 4 and it's all done. And it was nice because it's all about barter too, which is something I really believe in. You guys get to take away whatever there was worth taking away.
She made these. She gave us these cool Moroccan robes.
Oh, this is the Moroccan robe. There's a term for it that I forget. But Sheila graciously gave it to us. One of the several awesome, cool things she gave us.
Well, just there was so much value there. Philip came the day before us to pick up some marble, and he said he got a year's wages out of that marble, more than a year's wages. That's how much is out there, and that's incredible.
I mean, somebody, you know, like helping a total stranger across the street always gives you a huge lift. You know what I mean? It's sort of like it's reciprocal when it's in. You know, the intention is just pure. There isn't anything, you know, involved as an exchange other than just pure energy, and that's why I feel so good.
A lot of the stuff in there was her husbands who had. Those are husband's things that were left.
Then, unfortunately, he died 12 years ago, very suddenly.
Her husband was an artist, and we got to see some of his art.
I guess he just started seeing animals in the veins of marble slabs. He had very expensive brushes, like sable brushes. They sometimes were $400 or $500 or $600 a brush. But then he also painted with a cat's whisker, which cost nothing. And I have a little collection of the ones he used. We used to have a white cat called Pushkin. You just grab the whisker and just go ting, 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 like that. It was crazy.
Well, I noticed the fur over here on the bear, which
exactly.
struck me.
So that's painted with a cat's whisker.
Wow.
So all of this is too, and then there's leaves and there's a frog. You know, he hid things in it as well.
Most of the things that were in that garage belonged to her husband, which gave us a lot of insight as to why it was so difficult to clean out that garage. But he created some absolutely stunning pieces.
Oh, they were magnificent. Magnificent. Unlike anything I've seen before.
I remember asking my lovely husband, please make this really easy for me because I have to do it alone. And so I guess he said, no, you don't have to do it alone. I'm sending you some particularly good, very nice angels, and you are. So, you know, and when you arrived, I thought, oh my God, this is just from, they're heaven sent.
This is Mary's place. She had recently bought this house, and the yard needed a lot of work, so she was redoing it all, and we were able to give her an afternoon of helping out.
That's the best part, is it feels like we're just little kids.
You know,
every day.
I love playing in the dirt.
And
well, like I said, I think gardening and working in the yard and playing in the dirt and stuff is kind of like therapy. I mean, it is,
Yeah, no.
you know. But I'm not afraid of hard work. I
That's
love
cool to
my
hear.
I love my yard, so it's all worth it.
We were invited to play trivia in exchange for free beer. I don't know how helpful we were, but it was a pretty fun time.
Yeah,
that's how I gotta do it. Yeah, that's. So I would have been. I'd say.
I think that's PS1.
No, I'd say PS2. I think it's PS2.
We've ran into such a magnificent amount of need, been showing such grace from everyone that we've met, and it's sustainably happening at a rate that we can't even keep up with, and that's what surprises me the most. Everyone I think that has been helpful to us first just wants to verify that this isn't a scam. And it's sad that that's everyone's first reaction when it comes to free things or helping or anything like that, but it's almost like you have to charge for it for people to believe it.
So our original plan was to, for 40 days, help someone 5 days a week, so that ended up being like 30 people-ish, help someone new each day. But what it turned out that we found was we were building relationships with people as we went along, and it took a day to get comfortable with someone and to know that we could trust each other and build that kind of trust, and build a trust with having the camera out, because that's something I didn't feel comfortable doing, was going in, you know, and shoving a camera in a stranger's face without getting to know them first. So we found it was much more beneficial to build a relationship with a person, and we were finding that we were going back a second and third day to meet up and help a lot of the people, which I found to be a much more enriching way of doing the project.
Here we are starting to weed the prayer circle at the Koi Temple, which is Kelly's house. That's also a commune. We also helped clean the backyard where the moon circle and the Native American fire circle was. that was pretty interesting.
This is Tony. Yeah. He sleeps most of the day.
We also had dinner cooked for us by Tony the chef, who had recently graduated from culinary school and made us the absolutely most delicious dinner I've had in a very long time. This is Karen's house. She needed help moving some things, cleaning up her backyard, throwing some things away, and she needed her driveway redone. So for 2 days we helped out there and were able to do quite a bit.
Nothing builds character like moving rocks. We're gonna throw a bunch of wood away. Like that. That's the impressive feat, how much rock we hauled.
Yeah. This is also the day that the news came by, which made us look pretty good because we were shoveling dirt all day. So this is Dawn and her family. They cook their dinners for a whole month all at one time and freeze them up. But this specific time she was cooking for her family plus 2 other families. So she was cooking 3 months of dinners all in one day. And so she enlisted our help to have a couple extra hands.
There's a lot of food in there, huh? Oh, hey there.
What's this?
Sorry. It's Thai chicken soup.
We went back to Dawn's place the second day. We were disassembling pallets and she was repurposing them to use the wood for a decorative wall, I guess, in her house. So we ripped apart pallets all day. At one point I had stepped on a nail during the process. I wasn't sure if I was going to put this in, but you know, it's blood and guts that gets the views, so here you are.
Nice little nail through the foot.
Okay, so we're coming towards the close of the project, and I just want to show you guys some of the things that have been donated to us over the course of the project. Nice swamp cooler, portable grill we were given, a nice big portable heater, another portable charcoal grill, road safety kit, this sweet stained glass lampshade. We had some gas tanks filled with gas. Here's a bunch of stationery. Someone gave us a motorized tiller. Oh, here's this awesome typewriter that Andrew has been a hipster and loving to type on. A nice little wine rack for all of our things that aren't wine on there. Got this really cool African made piece of furniture here. This stereo system. We're also given this stereo receiver. Awesome coffee crate here, or it was a tea crate, I think, from India. We also can't forget this really cool ergonomic Swedish chair. Also, this wasn't donated to us, but I just like to note that no workstation is complete without a Napoleon Dynamite Dance Fever clock. That doesn't work. And of course, the best thing given to us in the whole project was this guy right here. Come here, Bison. Come here, bud. Hey there. Yeah, bud. All right, so here we are at Grace's house. She had a lot of damage from the flood. As you can see, the creek runs right behind her house. Came down in this basement, shattered her window, and flooded the basement. So yeah, apparently this was all level at one point, and it just washed everything now downhill. A lawn that needs some mowing. So yeah, here's the before picture, and hopefully the after tour, it will look much nicer. All right, and here we are at the end of the day, what we've done. We were able to clean out and brush out a bunch of down here. Backyard looks a lot better. Got to mow and trim that. And here's the pile of everything we collected for the day. Pretty good amount of stuff.
Which life is good. Life is good, Ma. So you just have to hang out with the right kids. She even put it in my own glass.
So I was helping Grace clean her backyard, and I had gone inside. I was looking at a picture, and she said, "Oh, that's my son, Sean, who has passed away." In their family, they had had 3 generations. So it would be her father, her brother, and her son had all passed away unexpectedly. They had had a lot of experience with grief in her family, and that was something that those struggles through grief they were able to share with people.
And then just sitting there, and then my mind started going, oh my gosh, if I was doing a documentary, what would I love to talk about? What gets me excited? What do I know about? And then that was how the topic of grief came up, because we have every generation in our family, including my grandmother, had a son die or a brother die. You know, my father had a heart attack, my brother was killed in a car accident instantly, my son was killed in a car accident, he didn't make it out of surgery. My mother has had a life that would just knock anybody's socks off. I mean, every generation in her family, from parents to her siblings, to her children, and then her grandchild died. And my mom gets up every day, and her saying is, it's a good day if I can get up.
Wake up, get out of bed, and dress myself. That's a good day. I think the hardest part was, like you said, when you got off that plane, and I thought, oh my God, how can I make this better for her? And there's no way. There was no way. Because I knew exactly how you were feeling.
My son died, but when they said that to me, all of a sudden I realized their brother died. I mean, it was like this.
Right.
And that was a different level, and I thought, and then I just wanted to scoop them up, like, oh my gosh, and now I know what they felt, which was what she saw when I saw her at the airport. And a huge blessing that startles other people is we have dealt with it with humor.
I was like, did they keep him alive for a couple days and we didn't know that?
No, they didn't.
Wait, where was I?
You laugh so they don't cry.
Oh, and no one was correcting you, and I was like, this whole time. Oh my God.
And my husband Jerry says that, that is what makes me cry, that how he gets to see Sean most of all is when George and I are together and just something happens and we just catch each other's eye, and he said, and I know in that moment that Sean's right there, that what you're sharing in that moment might be the laugh or the meal or the experience, but there's a look that you two have, and it's usually pretty brief, but he said that's Sean, and he said, and I always want to be mindful to see those because he didn't know Sean.
But even with all our losses, we have been very blessed as a family. We really have.
Yeah. And by doing this documentary, I think you're in the moment. And I feel like people strive all the time to be in the moment because people are thinking about the next best thing, or what they did wrong in the past. Like, you're in the moment with these people, doing what you love. Because people are like curious human beings, so they want to know, like, why are you doing this? What are you trying to get from it? Or like, is there going to be something really big? Is there going to be a lot of money? Is there going to be, you know, like, people just want to know, like, what is the biggest thing that you're going to get from all of this, versus being like, I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but I'm really enjoying it, and that's it, and I have no answers.
So this documentary is helping me even realize that I love where I live, and I need to be connected more with my neighbors, because someone could have potentially needed help last night, and because I haven't met them yet, I don't know how to connect with them.
Grace's friend Susan had a storage unit that she needed some help cleaning out. It was packed with an unbelievable amount of stuff, but over the course of 2 days, we were all able to get it all cleaned out and downsize to a manageable amount.
All right, here's everything we've unloaded from that storage unit. I haven't left yet. I'm filming everything we've unloaded.
Wait, does it work with my herb?
I'm reading my Calvin and Hobbes stuff before I throw it out.
I love Calvin and Hobbes.
George
You
Carlin,
know,
yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes is what got me through when Sean died. I would lie in bed, bawling my eyes out, reading Calvin and Hobbes. I know.
Our last and final stop was at Felicia's house. She had also had surgery and needed help cleaning out her garage. We invited our friend Chris along to help out for this day, and we were able to do a lot to get it clean.
What stood out most to me about the project was there's a magic to it. That when you give unconditionally and receive unconditionally, there's something there between you and that person, something, it just feels good.
Very nice.